Summer may still be on the calendar, but parents, your wallet already knows it's back to school season. So we asked financial educator Derrick Kinney to share some practical money tips for every stage and every grade. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to see you, Erin.
So glad to have you here.
Thank
So
you.
let's talk about it, because back to school shopping, it can feel quite overwhelming. You want to get all the things. You want all the things that the kids want for themselves. But what's the biggest budgeting mistake you see families make around this time of year?
Yeah, this is the #1 frustration families have. They go into shopping thinking, I'm going to hold to my budget. I'm going to really be tight. Then they realize things are so doggone more expensive than they expected, and they don't know what to do.
Right.
So what I tell people is go in with a budget, but plan to spend probably 20% more than you plan on, and have grace with yourself. That is okay. You can't control prices, you control choices, and just make the best ones.
I like that. Very, very good. Anticipate the fact that you're probably going to go over.
Right, yes.
So you say also to shop at our houses first. What are some of the most commonly forgotten school supplies that families actually have already kind of tucked away, probably in a drawer somewhere that we didn't look in?
Well, some of the best school supply shopping is in your own drawers in your house, often in your kids' bedrooms. But what you want to do is look and say, what do we already have that we don't need to rebuy? And what you want to do, especially for young kids, you want to make it fun. Call it, hey kids, let's have a treasure hunt. Ooh. I want you to find all your old school supplies that we could reuse this year, and I'm gonna set out some candy here, and we're gonna reward you for the coolest things you find.
That's a pretty good idea.
Then you've got your kids basically cleaning their room with no paycheck needed, which is great as well.
You've got the tips this morning.
We're bringing the fire.
That.
That's right.
That's awesome. Okay, let's talk about it though, because that is only going to work for so long, right? The kids are going to get older. The shopping list then turns from crayons to clothes, right? And so we want to make sure we keep a budget there as well before we start shopping. And so how can we get the kids involved in that space?
Well, now keep in mind, as I say this, some of our viewers are going to say, Derrick, I'm so busy. I've got a full-time job, I'm cooking meals, I'm taking care of the family. So what I want you to do is think about, could you take an extra couple seconds to weave a money lesson into the motion that you're in? So you might want to say, look, hey, let's find a way to help you find deals, and let me give you a budget, son or daughter. That's going to take some time, but if you do that, you're training your kids to have this detective eye to spot where dollars can be saved. And that is really, really powerful. So again, kind of weave in these money lessons into what you're doing already, and it's going to be very fruitful. You're going to see your kids making good choices, and you're saving money as well.
Teach them young, right?
That's right.
That way, because it's so much harder to learn when you're already an adult and you already have the bad shopping habit. And so high school brings
hypothetically speaking here, Erin, not you or I.
Nothing serious, just, you know, it might be there. But those high school expenses, they come in different forms, right? And so what are some of those hidden costs that families should start thinking about, start planning for?
Oh, I mean, these days, people always pay for education and for lessons for their kids. And so just plan on, you're going to have to pay for the extra baseball lesson if your kid plays baseball or your son or daughter does gymnastics. There's always going to be the private coach you've got to pay for. Just budget that in. Know you're going to pay for that. But also think about these other things you want to do. But if I could weave one thing in here, assume you want them to start a business while they're in high school. Just have that assumption like, hey, what business do you want to start while you're in high school? Just start asking those questions where they assume, oh, I guess everybody starts a business in high school. Yeah, that way they begin to do that. So as they graduate and go to college, they've already got some money that they own themselves, that they're in control of and not relying on somebody else to pay them.
Okay, let me talk about college a little bit, because you just dabbled in it, and it's a major financial milestone, I think. And so how can parents help students actually learn how to manage their money when they are out of the house without feeling like we're coming down on them or we're bearing on top of them when they're in this new space of independence?
Well, this is my hot take, very unpopular opinion. You've got to give your kid a credit card.
Okay.
You have to insist they have a credit card, because you got to teach them how to use it while they're still sort of under your supervision. Because so many parents say, nope, no credit, only pay cash. Kids go on their own. They go on a freaking spending spree and don't know how to handle it. You have to give them a credit card, give them a budget, and teach them, look, I want you to put $200 a month of these expenses on your credit card. Here's the money to pay it off. So they're building their credit score, which gives them more opportunity down the road. But again, they're going to make mistakes, but better to teach them while the stakes are low than when they're high. and you don't know what to do.
There you go. Okay, I like that. That's also a really good idea, staying on top of it and just being a partner on that card with them, I think is also helpful. And so any simple tools, strategies that families can use, maybe where you have a child in high school or even middle school. I know you said weaving in those little lessons.
Yeah.
Any tips or tricks there as well?
Well, the key is you've got to buy school supplies, got to buy clothes. Even in college, you've got to buy books.
Right.
If you can give your kids a budget and then creatively say, look, we want you to look nice, we want you to make good choices, but any savings you can find, you get to keep 50% of that.
Ooh.
So now they're incentivized to save money. You get a win because you brought them into this world in the first place. You get paid for that. But that way it motivates them to find savings and make good values and make good choices even at a young age. Very, very powerful.
Get them started young.
That's
I
right.
said that once already, but I mean, you are running true with all the tips and tricks indeed. Thank you for being here this morning. You honestly taught me a few things as well. Where can people find you?
Yeah, Instagram is the hot place to go, @Derrick Kinney. Easy ways to make money, save money, and do more good in the world.